Hey guys, ENinja here, and welcome back to ENinja's Lab. In today's video, I will be playing Ni No Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. Now, this is going to be a Let's Play, but it's also going to be a guide to the game. So, I'm not going to show you a lot of me traveling around the world. I'm not going to be showing you how to... everything about my that is going to be going on in the kingdom, and I will show you some of the side quests if you guys want to see that, but definitely not all of them. So before we begin, I would like to say that I have completed the game, so everything that I will be seeing will not be a surprise to me, and I've also played the original game, so yeah. Anyways, let's begin the new game.
Once upon a time, there were two worlds. One was a world torn by endless war, where strong lands devoured weak, and peace was a distant dream. Eventually, only a few great realms remained, glaring at each other across brittle borders. But then came a great king, one who would change this world forever.
We'll be arriving shortly, Mr. President.
What in the world? Chapter 1. The Fall of the House of Tildrum.
My lord, the preparations are complete. Excellent. Then let us begin.
What was that?
What happened?
I'm Evan Petty Whisker Tildrum, King of Ding Dong Dell. Who are you?
Never mind who. The question is where. Oh, now. Would you look at that?
Stay where you are! Wait!
And we are back. So, if you guys want to see the cutscenes, then let me know in the comments. However, so I'll be showing, so I showed them in this video, I'll be showing them in this video, but if you guys don't want them, then I won't show them in the future videos. Anyways, so as you can tell, this guy is Roland, and he is like Oliver from the first game from our world. Now, this game is very different from the other games because from the previous game. You should not go back and forth between the two worlds, and honestly there are a lot of differences between the two games. Evan, who is your main character, and you don't really play as him until after you finish this first area.
Excuse me! What?
What the?
Ugh.
All right.
So, anyways, this game is going to be very straightforward at the very beginning and practically a hallway. However, it does get, once the whole thing with it in here happens, then everything will change. So, as you can tell, if you have played the first game, Ding Dong Dell is in this game as well as in the first game. However, it is the only area from the original game that is also in this game. The world has changed quite a bit, as this game takes place 2,000 years after the original game. So just keep that in mind.
Halt! Intruder! You will go no further! Guards! Seize him!
That'll teach me to get trigger happy. They're not here to protect you. Get back.
Yeah. Whole bunch of different things. Honestly, you can pretty easily win this game just by spamming square. Unlike other games, but yeah. There are some better ways to win, but still.
What?
Hey,
What?
So just like in the other game, you really will get connected with these characters. While these characters may not look like the smartest beings in the house or whatever, you do really get to know them and love them, and even the villains, just like in the original game. I'm not going to give too many spoilers, as you need a capture card in order to in order to do the last boss scene, because they decided to make it a show restriction. Anyways.
To strike while our enemy was preoccupied with preparations for the ceremony. This was a very clever strategy indeed, my lord. If only King Leonard had been less robust, he would have succumbed to the poison all the sooner, and our plot would have come to fruition all the more quickly.
Except that you're the real traitor.
What does it matter now? Did we not plan for just such stubbornness on his part? King Leonard's untimely demise was effected without a hitch. Now the only obstacle remaining is the boy.
Yes, my lord. And once he is eliminated, the throne will be ours for the taking.
It is time for Mousekind to assume its rightful place at last.
Okay, that still seems really stupid, but now I'm thinking about it.
Lord Mousinger, the boy, he's escaped.
What?
No matter. We will find him soon enough. Or rather, the Black Knight will.
So the real question is, why in the world would they not have set up a lot more soldiers to guard Evan? Because honestly, it is possible that Nella was nearby and she could basically single-handedly take out most of the guards. So at least you'll see in a little bit.
Hey. All right.
Alright. Anyways. Yeah, there's a whole bunch in here. So, here's the thing about this Let's Play. I'm not gonna go all the way into the first dungeon just because of the fact that it's not really necessary. I will stop right outside the dungeon just because I'd rather not have you guys. I'd rather not play this entire game. I don't know exactly how well you guys are gonna receive this game. So if you guys want to see more, make sure that you subscribe and leave likes, and tell me if you want to see this game more, and also tell me what to do better. And if I seem like I'm not talking as much as most people, I do have a slight cold, and I don't know if I'm going to cut out all the coughing, but that's why I've been coughing.
Hey!
What is it?
You would think after this part that you would be doing this, that you would be sneaking a lot in the game, but this is like the only time that you ever sneak in the entire game.
Yes!
Alright, so this is a fairly easy part. You just need to make sure that you're behind bushes when people are looking your direction. And most of these guys will not turn around, so you should be safe. I think this is like the only guy that actually looks back at you. Seriously, this is so easy that you would expect there to be more in the game, but I don't know. They were weird. So you may notice that I'm not wandering around like you would have expected me to come up here, but I know that there's no treasure chest in this entire area, which is really weird. But they're all over the dungeon. So when you do come into this, don't worry. Just mostly focus on getting out of this area, and once you get into into Ding Dong Well, then start looking around.
Over there!
Another thing about this game, levels are really not the most important, because once you really know how to play the game, then you can honestly take down anything after a certain level. Like, the main bosses are level I think 7? Around, yeah, the last bosses are around level 70. And I beat them at level 50. Hi, Noah.
Sorry, Evan. I came as quickly as I could.
Nella! Evan!
You really don't have too many options in this game until you get past this area. So it is kind of a little bit of a grind to get past this area.
Thanks.
Until you're really able to do stuff.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Good point, Roland.
Yes.
So quick thing, she is really not that old. If you when you actually get to the end credits, they actually show how old she was when Evan was a baby. So yeah, and they also reveal why Evan does not look like any of the other Bushmajool. Whatever his people are. Seriously, why are his people the only ones that have a weird name? I don't even think, like, every other species is either called mouse kind, dog folk, human folk, which is odd, but still.
Yes.
But in, the cat people, they're called Grimalkin, and they're the only ones with that weird name. I don't know. I'm assuming that there is a reason, but they don't explain it in this game. You will eventually be able to explore all of Ding Dong Dell, so don't worry if you miss things out on at the well. It just means that they're really going to be useless at the end, by the time you actually get back here.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Ah, the store away. These are your healing items, so make sure that you have plenty of them. Anyways, let's continue. Yeah. Honestly, don't worry too much about this, about your HP at this point. Well, the only time you should really worry about it is bosses and the tainted monsters. I don't believe any of these guys will give you anything, but if they did, then you really should talk to them now, but most of them are not that necessary. And you can get most things later on anyways.
Who was that now?
That was the Black Knight.
Okay, seriously, how in the world did he not know who that was? He should know about all the different people that are in his group, that are in his kingdom, but he doesn't.
Oh.
Say,
So you can actually change your outfit throughout the game. But you cannot change his outfit into a different, into his suit at will, which kind of sucks.
what is it? Wow.
Okay, that's kind of stupid. They actually explain the fact that this is the arms band and that it will allow you to use all the weapons, but it's really not that important to the story what it's called. So they go into way too much detail about it. It basically means that you can have 3 weapons. Three melee weapons and 1 ranged weapon. Which for Roland is swords and a gun. For Evan, it's swords and a wand. And for other characters, you will eventually get spears and a bow. Alright. Now, in the actual game, in my actual Let's Play, I will only be saving right at the end of the game. But for this, I will actually save.
Now.
No, right. She wants us to deal with that stuff. Yeah, we get it. Cool. There's a lot of information, and you guys can read it when you guys play the game, but you can also press square to auto-equip everything to be the best things that you can get. And it takes a lot less time. And of course you don't get any armor until later in. And your skills, I don't understand why I don't have skills yet. I usually leave it on semi-automatic because it is the better option, because you can still switch between your weapon at will. But it also means that if you get something that's ready to do a skill, then you can do it automatically and it's not as hard.
Thanks.
Gosh.
So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I do have the collector's edition, so I will be getting or not the collector's edition, but the premium edition. So I do have, so I will be getting the special swords that you get really early on in the game, but they're really not that helpful. They're only a little bit helpful, so just keep that in mind. If you had planned on getting the premium edition, but you aren't quite certain, the swords are really only useful at the very beginning, and you'll stop using them very quickly. They're kind of like if you play Final Fantasy 15 and you get the deluxe edition, the Masamune is really only useful for the first chapter, and then it stops being useful. Except that these swords will actually last a little bit longer, but not much longer. And good, we can just charge right through. That's good.
Now.
And we are now at the sewers. How much time is left? Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, this is gonna... After Arnella opens the bookcase, I'm gonna finish off the game. I'm gonna stop the game for a little while.
Gosh.
And then you guys can wait until the next thing. Maybe. Actually, you know what? Never mind. We will go through the dungeon. Now, you do not necessarily need to explore the entire dungeon in order to do. You will eventually be able to come back and gather everything that you missed. Most of which is not that hard to get.
No.
Yes.
So,
Oh.
I did mention that Evan is not like other Grimalkin, but I didn't quite explain it. Most Grimalkin actually have a cat face, while Evan does not, and you'll actually see by the end of the game that another character who is part Grimalkin doesn't even have ears. Now, I'm not going to give too many spoilers because...
What?
Spoilers. The reason that Evan looks like this is because he's half human, as well as half Grimalkin. And I think they also want to make him less like a cat so people would actually get to know him a lot better. So, I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, there is eventually a Grimalkin that doesn't even have ears or a tail because he is not even half Grimalkin, but rather a mere fourth, I believe? Yeah, a mere fourth. Of course, you meet this Grimalkin really early on, so don't worry too much. And welcome to Ding Dong Well. If you've played the first game, you'll notice that this place does not look anything like the original. And that's because it's not the same well. The original well doesn't even leave the castle. Well, this one does.
This will be over soon. Not far now, Evan.
So, if you see these little yellow spots, don't worry too much about getting them, however they do help. And there we go. More cutscenes. This game does have a lot of cutscenes in it. And so don't worry too much. So I will go all the way to when Arnella dies. So I know that was a spoiler, but here's the thing. It shows it in the trailer, so don't worry too much. It's just like how in the original game, Oliver's mother died almost immediately. Level 5 really likes to poke fun at the whole one parent thing, where even though they start off with really only one parent, they still lose that parent really quickly. And like how in Evan's case, he already lost his father. So, yeah. Alright. Treasure chest. Make sure that you get these as soon as you get in. As soon as you find them, get them. If you only see like the yellow things, don't worry too much about them because of the fact that you'll get plenty. Like, honestly, it's not a huge deal. If I remember correctly, there's not. Yeah, we could just cross. Do I still suggest killing everything in this area? Absolutely. I'm not going to do that because of the fact that this is just a let's play. I know there's a treasure chest in here. I don't know exactly where it is though.
This will be over soon. You won't hurt, are you?
So another thing, your R1 attacks, which are your ranged attacks, they do take up your MP. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. However, you can infinitely shoot, it just takes longer for you to get the chance to shoot. So don't use, so if you are in an area that you need to dodge a lot, do not use only use the, up your MP when you're dodging. Because you actually do dodge when you're using your R1. If you have the analog stick moving.
You ready for this?
You may notice that Evan and Arnella do not gain any levels, any experience at all for some reason. And that is for a good reason, and it is mostly because of the fact that Evan is not really ready yet for some reason. And Arnella dies, so yeah, that's why. No, right, there's a treasure chest over here. Do make sure that you get every treasure chest. They aren't the most important things ever, but still. Like that one. It gives you a whole bunch of guilders, which may not seem that useful, but every little bit helps. And you're always wanting to go for the 500,000. Now you won't notice any trophies in this game, but there are trophies. I just don't, since I'm playing this version, there aren't as many trophies. What the fudge? Did I miss something here? Oh, someone dropped something that I didn't catch. Oh sweet, a windy broadsword. So if you get one, sometimes you'll get these special swords that have these different abilities and stuff. You usually do want them, but don't worry too much if you miss out on them.
Ready for this?
Let's keep moving.
And here's another thing though. Make sure that you grind in this game. It may not seem like you need to, but it gets really hard to actually beat certain bosses at a certain point. But yeah. Anyways, time to watch Arnella die. Okay, I'm kidding. She doesn't actually die from this.
There you are, Your Majesty. Much as it pains me, I'm afraid I must ask you to relinquish your life.
That is a really interesting way of saying that time for you to die.
Your illustrious line ends here, today. There is nowhere to run. Come quietly, and you shall not suffer long.
I'll hold him off for as long as I can. Get out of here. Go. Now.
Nella.
Just go. You are the kingdom's last hope, Evan. You cannot die here.
You would really think that she just died there, but she didn't. Surprisingly. But she will die at his hand. At that guy's hand. So there is something interesting.
No.
I'm really glad that they don't actually kill her there, because it would seem really, really lame that they didn't actually show her die right in front of you, or in front of him. Which is why it actually hurts when you play when you actually do this. Oh, sweet, a better broadsword. Wendy's still there, but still. Make sure you go this way if you're really quick before you actually leave, because there are like a whole bunch of treasure chests in here. Not that many, but still.
Goes nothing.
But what it is a really good spot to collect things, especially since you're not really going to be able to get much before the boss, seeing as it's right there. Now, weapons are not the most important. However, if you get the premium edition, but it does become quite helpful later on, so. And you can sell them later if you need to. And also, practically everything is going to be useful at some point. Make sure you always save before a boss fight, because you'll really know that there is a boss fight coming up, because there's a save point right outside a big room.
Hey.
It's either a boss fight or something, or another thing that's even worse, but still.
I have you now.
No, you really don't.
Here goes nothing.
You are like one of the easiest bosses in this game. So don't even pretend. Oh, fudge you. Why can't I move? Ah, fudge you with your frickin' blocks. Now, the gameplay does get a lot more intense later on, so don't worry too much. But, yeah, no, this isn't even my final form. That's great.
Watch your back.
They really do show you a lot of things in this, which is kind of surprising. Because this is actually a very common enemy, except that they look completely different. Because, well, they're not mice, they are lions. I think they might even be Grimalkin at first, but because they're manticores. And there's several bosses of them, so. If I'm not mistaken, you do eventually get the Black Knight as a townsperson. It's a hard thing to do, but it does happen. And Arno sacrifices herself.
No!
This is actually his death. Her death, I mean. Seriously, it took one shot to kill this guy.
Damn it.
Wake up, Nella. Please wake up.
do it. Not without you. I can't.
Of course you can. You have a good heart, Evan. I can see it. You'll be the kindest king, with the happiest subjects there have ever been.
Aranella!
You have to be strong, Evan. You have to build a kingdom where everyone can live happily ever after.
No. Nella! Don't leave me!
I don't think she actually expected him to actually do literally that.
Nella! I'll do it. I'll try. For you, Nella. We'll build a new kingdom where everyone can be happy.
Evan, we have to leave.
Nella!
Oh, hello, Ferdinand. Yes, that's his name. You'll understand later.
What's the matter, Evan? You look sad. I lost someone special. Someone I thought would always be there.
This kid shows up in after every single chapter, so yeah.
Oh, that is sad. But for every ending, there's a new beginning, you know? Really? Of course. You lost someone special, but you also met someone new, didn't you? And you'll be making lots more new friends very soon. Who knows? You may even meet someone who really will be there forever. Which isn't to say things will be easy. Life is never that simple. The beginnings and endings, the hellos and goodbyes, every step on the journey comes with its own challenges and rewards. I suppose. Listen to me talking like a wise old man. Sorry, these aren't my words. They're someone else's. Someone very special. Who? I have to go now, but I'll come and visit you again soon, all right? Bye. Wait.
So,
Hey,
since this is nearing the end of the episode, I will ask you the comment question of the day. Who do you think is that boy? If you have played the game, then don't tell anyone. I'm fine with, I did tell you guys his name, but don't look it up. If you look it up, then it doesn't count. But I want you to really say, who do you think that boy is? And I'm going to ask this every time we finish a chapter. Who do you think he is now? If your opinions change over time, then cool. If they don't, oh well. But anyways, this is going to end off the first section of the game. I hope you guys have all enjoyed me playing Ni No Kuni 2. I will continue the series, and I do plan on making it a lot better. So, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. Remember to answer the comment question of who do you think that the Curious Boys, aka Ferdinand. And last but not least, don't forget, please subscribe, leave likes. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.